Oh, beautiful morning in camp. Birds are chirping. Sun's coming up. And for another beautiful day. Love being by this big tree. Well, good morning from the camper van. We're getting our day going here. Hobbs just had his morning breakfast meal. Gonna get him out here in a second. And I'm getting some breakfast potatoes going. Wiley came by for a visit and dropped off a bunch of potatoes. We were gonna try to cook them in the campfire, wrap them in foil, but we were limited on campfires with the high winds out here. So I'm left with a bunch of potatoes. So we've been doing various potato meals. A little shot outside there at camp. Sun's coming up, warming things up. Got a little cool last night. Things are warming up nicely. Just gonna let these potatoes crisp up. What are you doing, Hobbs? Supervising? Huh? You supervising? You're funny, dude.
Look at this tree.
Okay, there's the finished product there. I decided to go ahead and do bacon and an egg over the top there. Kel's got a long work day ahead of her, so we're gonna set her up right. I gotta assemble mine here. We're watching Rubicon Adventures here, do the Idaho BDR. Nice chill morning. Hobbs is waiting patiently for another treat. Okay, now I gotta get mine set up. A little pepper on the egg there. A little bit of dried cilantro, because that's all I got. Yum.
Delish.
All right, we're getting things tidied up around camp here. I think I'm good for today. Do a little bit more tomorrow, and I'm gonna go out and do some exploring right now on the motorcycle. But we're gonna let Kel and Hobbs hold the fort down here. Kel's getting a little bit of sunshine while she's working. Hobbs is hiding out behind the motorcycle there on his little cot. So I'm gonna get geared up and head out. Got something I wanted to show you guys before we moved on. We'll come back and it's gonna be a grill night. Got the grill cleaned up. I accidentally left it out in the rain, last rain, so I got it cleaned up this morning. I'm gonna do some grilled chicken. Okay, we're gonna make our way out of camp here. This is my second attempt. I realized I didn't have my boots on when I first left. I'm gonna ride in tennis shoes. Yep, I can hear Hobbs barking at me as I leave. Alright, away we go. We're gonna go down to an area here where they have a prairie dog rehabilitation area where they're reintroducing prairie dogs. The history of prairie dogs in the US here anyway, they can be very problematic for cattle ranchers, especially in these flat plains here where the prairie dogs really like it in these grasslands. They dig their holes, and then the cattle that are grazing can step in the hole and break a leg, and a rancher can lose a cattle, which is, you know, money to them pretty easily. So over the years, prairie dogs became pretty much a nuisance for cattle ranchers, so it became a thing to shoot them, poison them, Basically just get rid of them in any way you can. And actually, up until I think it was the 80s, even maybe into the 90s, in certain areas there was like a bounty out for them. You could actually, people were paying money. You could get rid of the prairie dogs. So that went on for a long time, and what we realized over the years is that prairie dogs are actually important to the grasslands. They're an important part of keeping the grasslands healthy, something about the way they burrow underground. So it's become not cool to kill off the prairie dogs, and I think it's actually illegal now in a lot of areas. So in this area, they've reintroduced them, and there's a little population that seems to be growing. So we're going to go down to where they first started that rehabilitation project. Hopefully we can read a little bit about it and get a good glimpse of them. They're neat little buggers. They are in the rodent family, but they're pretty cute the way they run around and squeak and stand up on their hind legs. So let's go see if we can find them. Okay, we're looking for you, prairie dogs. Looks like this sign says Prairie Dog Town. There's another sign here. Hunting closure, no prairie dog hunting. These areas are closed to protect reintroduction efforts for the black-tailed prairie dogs. The black-tailed prairie dog was eliminated from Arizona in 1960. The presence of the prairie dog helps to restore the grasslands ecosystem. The Arizona Game and Fish Department is reintroducing black-tailed prairie dogs to establish new populations within their historic range. Okay, let's go find them. Okay, this looks like the spot here. Black-tailed prairie dog reintroduction. What's going on here? Let's find out. Okay, here we are. They've got a little bit of information here, pretty much everything I've said already, about how they're trying to bring back the prairie dogs. People who are killing them off and poisoning them, putting them bounties on their heads so their cattle wouldn't step in their holes. And they realized, you know, maybe we need these guys around after all. We can spare a few cattle here and there. So they have this area fenced off so the cattle can't come in here. This whole grasslands conservation area is it's an active cattle grazing area. The old Empire Ranch, no one's actively operating out of there, but the ranchers come in here, drop off their cattle, come in frequently to check on them and herd them up. Yeah, a lot of these information boards are pretty sun-baked, but I can make out a few of the words here. Basically, they're stating the same kind of thing I've been saying. These black-tailed prairie dogs once lived on about 1 million acres in southeastern Arizona, but they were gone by the end of the 1930s. It's pretty windy out here. Hopefully you can hear this. And then this board over here talks about how they actually pulled this off here. It says here, a burrow trench is dug by a backhoe to about a 7-foot depth, and then a burrow chamber is placed in the bottom with a tube leading to the surface. And then to get used to the new site, 3 to 5 black-tailed prairie dogs are placed in a cage surrounding the exposed end of the tube, like you can see down here. They put the cage around the tube, and then eventually they'll get curious and go down into the bottom and start burrowing and making their own holes and homes. And that's how they get reestablished. Pretty cool. It says eventually the prairie dogs immediately work on digging natural burrows. Cages are removed after about 2 weeks on the ground. It looks like over here there you can see a couple cages, actually more than a couple. There's quite a few. These little pink flags. All right, we're gonna continue on, do some more exploring, see what else we can find. Just gonna try to get out into the wilderness here, just away from everything, and spend some time just listening to the wind blow through the grass. Okay, so barbed wire fence, got it, yeah, seen them. Chain hooked on here, wire wrapped around this stick. Chain secured to the stake with more wire. Just dangles. Does it serve a purpose, or is it just to make people wonder, or someone just wanted to do something with some wire, stick, and some chain? Any guesses, guys? So anyway, we're right next to one of these mesquites. Of course, it is winter, so no leaves on them right now. There's actually just a few small dead leaves. They've got that small little leaf there. Of course, they're normally green. But I think most of these here are going to snap back. There are quite a few dead ones. I passed by a whole field where they had uprooted a bunch of dead ones. And I noticed there's a little cleanup effort here of a dead one. But I'm pretty sure most of these are going to snap back. Imagine it looks totally different here when these are green. It'd be neat to come back. Of course, it's hot as heck in the summer here. But check out this view. Snow-capped mountain still. It's lost quite a bit of snow since we got here, but well, I'm out exploring a side road here. Actually ended up on Arizona State Trustland, which you need a permit for to be on, to recreate. You can camp and legally be on state trust land, but you need the permit. It costs money. It's about $10 to $15. I can't remember. I have one. Actually have it on my tank bag so it can be seen if I'm parked on state trust land. Anyway, I'm out here exploring. Notice this spot with this big corral type thing and a solar panel. And we're kind of in a little low spot here in these grassy hills. There's this clumped grass, which is different from all the other grasses. Kind of interesting. Still all the mesquites. So let's see what this says here. Endangered, what does it say? Signs get sun-baked out here. Endangered Species Conservation Site, a ranching conservation cooperative project. And on this side here, it's just all this clump grass. I was thinking, well, is it the grass that's endangered? There's a couple mesquites in there. I don't think those are endangered because they're everywhere. And then on this side, this is where the pump is. There's a lot of groundwater in these grasslands. That's what makes it so good for cattle ranching. They can tap into it there and pump it out. That looks like an old pump that is no longer being used. And the new setup here is the solar panels and probably an electric pump in that pipe behind it. And then that is piped up. Someone must come out and activate that, or it could be automatic. It's probably automatic actually. Come up this side. God, what a beautiful day though. I'm out here, there's nothing but the sound of the wind blowing through the grass. There's no one around for miles. Yeah, this is just a big watering hole for cattle. And probably any other wildlife that needs a sip. There's an open gate back here. Comes in. And then here's the pipe coming from the well that keeps it filled up. Otherwise that would dry up, I'm sure, in the summertime. That reflection. And then on this side, now that I'm up here, there's a little pond over here, so they're filling this up too. Yeah, this makes sense. This must be the conservation project. There's a species of frog that became endangered out here. Yeah, I was reading a sign somewhere. Type of leopard frog here seems to be the protective native species. That's a painting of one there. Looks like a really neat frog. So it's cool they're putting out the effort to keep that species from going extinct, at least in this area. And they do note some of the invasive species here: crayfish, mosquito fish, sunfish, and the bullfrog. But it seems like these leopard frogs are the ones that they're trying to keep. Oh, and this little minnow type here. So Got a little information there if you want to pause that and read that. Let's be what it is. Trying to bring that species of frog back. There's a lot going on here. Quite a few different, looks like quite a few different types of plants growing in there. Different types of algae stuff here. Don't see any frogs. Yeah, you can see this pipe. There's a pipe running in here. It's trickling water out. Quite a piece of machinery. Get the sunny side here. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not stamped with a date. I don't see a date anywhere. Here's a seed pod from one of the mesquite trees. These pods break open and the seeds are inside, kind of like a green bean. You can see this tree over here, this mesquite still has some dried up leaves and a few of the seed pods hanging on it. Thank you. And here we are, home sweet home. I love this camp. It's sure been nice being by these big trees. Alright, let's get ready for dinner. Yeah, still pretty breezy. Okay, it is dinner time. We're gonna do up some Hawaiian style grilled chicken and some rice. I got the rice going already. Using the little mini rice cooker here. This has just been sitting keeping warm. Added a little bit of vegetable mix there. So we'll just dish out a little plate of this and put our chicken right on top. Should go good with the chicken. Oh yeah. Okay, it is time to get this chicken off. That is looking delicious. Let's do it. Okay, this is what we're doing. Laying out some rice. Just drizzled a little bit of soy sauce on there. I'm gonna slice up the chicken on the cutting board here and call that good. Kelp's having a little kimchi with hers. I'm gonna just go ahead and skip that. Call that dinner. Okay, I'm gonna top mine off with just a little drizzle of sriracha. There it is. It's time to dig in, y'all. Well, greetings all. Just wanted to give you a big thank you for hanging out with me on this one. Hope you enjoyed taking a look around the area. It was pretty challenging filming out here with the heavy winds. I do use an external microphone with a wind muff screen on it, but even with that, the wind was cutting through. A lot of footage I lost because the wind was so strong it clips and cuts out the audio. So did the best that I could with what I had. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're all doing well out there. We'll be checking in soon in the next video. Probably going to be departing this camp in the next video and moving on to our next one, and hopefully we can find another beautiful spot. Hope you're all doing well out there. We'll see you soon. Take care.